Ahead tonight on our News Weekend edition. One by one, police go after illegal firearms. We'll tell you about the latest arrest. But another disturbing trend we see in police reports. 2 young girls attempting suicide in 2 different family islands this weekend. A struggle to keep the cause going, the Bahamas National Trust facing an uphill battle to maintain staff and national parks as they encounter difficult economic times. And then, we stop by the first Bahamian bar to be named among North America's 50 best bars and only the 3rd in the Caribbean to earn that recognition. Can you guess what it is? You have to stay tuned to find out. Our News Weekend starts right now. This is our News Weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Danielle Miller. Beginning on the crime beat, police are reporting more and more illegal firearm discoveries. One of those discoveries came at the end of a police chase, the incident happening here in New Providence. At 7:30 Saturday morning, officers assigned to Operation Black Scorpion moved on a tip, searched a bushy area on Jasmine Lane off Royal Palm Street, and found a gun and ammunition wrapped in a blue shirt. They are holding it for evidence. Then, around 11 last night, officers from the East Street South Station were patrolling near Charles Sanders Highway when they came across 2 men on a black and white XTZ motorcycle. Police say the men began acting suspiciously and didn't stop when signaled to pull over. A police chase followed. They were eventually caught on Alexander Boulevard East in Nassau Village. That's when police found another firearm with ammunition near a building under construction. And on Friday night, police arrested a 17-year-old male for an illegal firearm and ammunition while searching a home on Amos Ferguson Street. Police in Andros have reported the attempted suicide of an 18-year-old woman in Nicholstown Saturday afternoon. Medical personnel tipped off police that the young woman was receiving treatment at a local clinic after reportedly attempting to harm herself. Officers stated she was unconscious when they arrived at the clinic. Reportedly, she had collapsed earlier but was stabilized at the clinic and airlifted to New Providence for medical treatment and evaluation. At this time, there is no update on her condition. Now, this news comes just 1 day after we reported on the suicide attempt of a 13-year-old girl in Grand Bahama. One of the country's oldest and most respected environmental conservation groups is facing a financial issue. The Bahamas National Trust says it is trying to protect more of the country's natural resources. However, the limited availability of staff and funding presents a significant challenge. Its executive director tells our Delvado Emmanuel that government support and private donations are critical to their ongoing survival.
The Bahamas National Trust is responsible for some of the country's most important natural treasures, from pine forests and blue holes to coral reefs, wetlands, and marine habitats. To date, the Trust protects more than 2.2 million acres across a network of 33 national parks and protected areas spread throughout the Bahamian archipelago. But as that responsibility continues to grow, so does the need for funding. This is BNT's Executive Director, Lakeisha Anderson-Roll, who says the Trust is now in the process of seeking greater government funding.
We currently manage protected areas across 10 islands. That is increasing, and so we want to be able to provide the opportunities on the family islands to hire staff, train them, equip them, so they can carry on that legacy of managing the national parks.
The Trust says its annual operating budget stands at about $15 million, but government funding covers just 23% of that total. The rest comes from fundraising events, park user fees, merchandise sales, and private donations. Anderson-Roll says as the Trust takes on more responsibility, it also needs more people to do the work.
One of the key points that people need to understand, conservation work is not easy, but in order for us to be successful, we need the human capital, we need boots on the ground, and one of the most difficult things to fundraise for would be salaries. As we expand the national parks, we also want to expand our staffing on those respective islands.
The organization currently has about 90 employees, but says it will eventually need around 250 to adequately manage its growing network of protected areas. And with more parks expected to be added to its portfolio, those staffing needs are only expected to increase.
We still need to be able to make sure that we are bringing in sufficient funding and donations to be able to cover our operational and overhead expenses.
To help close that gap, the Trust plans to seek an increase in its government subvention, continue expanding its fundraising efforts, and launch a campaign next year to grow its endowment fund. Reporting for our news, I am Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks for that report, Delvado. Well, when our news weekend comes back from the break...
So we were just named top 50 bar in North America. Yeah. So we placed at 50. It's historic. We're the first Bahamian bar to ever receive this accolade. Yeah. And also only the third bar in the Caribbean.
One of our local gems is recognized as one of the best in the world. Plus, getting a piece of the pie, we explore the question of how do we get more visitors to come and enjoy our festivals the same way they do Crop Over and Carnival. That's coming up when our news weekend returns.
A Sure Win is open 24/7.
You can now top up your AssureWin account anytime online with the online deposit option on AssureWin.com.
Or via any convenient SunCash ATM. Just click the AssureWin selection.
It's quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online. What's your game?
Lotto, casino, or sportsbook.
Win big. It's a sure win.
Quick, easy, and always open. AssureWin online.
For 38 years, Struckham Commercial Pest Services has provided trained certified technicians while using environmentally safe, industry-standard products. Pests can devastate your business. Together, we will ensure adequate sanitation standards and safe pest exclusion methods. Uncontrolled pest problems lead to significant financial loss due to food contamination, business disruption, and stock waste. Struckham provides detailed solutions protecting your business and reputation. Struckham, #1 in pest control services.
Craving pizza? Marco's Pizza has you covered. For a limited time, get our delicious large one-topping pizza for just $10. Carry out only. That's right, just $10 for cheesy, melty goodness with your favorite topping. Perfect for any time. Hurry into your nearest Marco's Pizza. This deal is available at participating locations only. Don't miss out on the flavor you love for a price you'll adore. Marco's Pizza, always magnifico.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. Well, this next story is an indication that all is not lost for Bahamian families. Hundreds of families turned out at R.M. Bailey Park on Saturday as the Ministry of Social Services brought National Family Week to a close with its Family and Community Day. More than 36 government agencies, non-governmental organizations, faith-based groups, and community partners participated in the event, connecting residents with essential goods, government services, and community resources. Social Services Minister Barbara Cartwright and Minister of State Bacchus Roll were among those on hand, with Cartwright personally distributing groceries, blankets, backpacks, school supplies, and other care packages to residents. Families also had access to health, safety, and social support services, while organizations provided workforce-ready clothing, giveaways, and other assistance. Children were treated to games and activities throughout the day, while residents of the Demetrius Senior Citizens Home were also special guests. The ministry says the initiative forms part of its wider focus on poverty reduction, with plans to expand similar family support outreach beyond New Providence and into communities throughout the Family Islands. Now, for nearly a decade, our old pals at Bon Vivants has grown into more than a neighborhood cafe and cocktail bar. Now, it is the first Bahamian bar to be named among North America's 50 best bars, and only the third in the Caribbean to earn that recognition. As Kendino Knowles tells us, the honor could open doors far beyond the bar, creating new value for the Bahamian economy and changing how young people see careers in hospitality.
Walk into Bon Vivants and almost immediately you know where you are. Vinyl records line the walls, the menu as colorful as the culture that inspired it. And throughout the cafe and bar, pieces of the Bahamas are built into the experience. It has that international feel, but it has never stopped feeling like home. And now, the rest of the world is taking notice.
So we were just named top 50 bar in North America. Yeah. So we placed at 50. It's historic. We're the first Bahamian bar to ever receive this accolade. Yeah. And also only the third bar in the Caribbean.
Rashad Davis is vice president of Opal Hospitality, owners and operators of Bon Vivants. He and several members of the team were in Vancouver recently when the announcement was made. Surrounded by industry professionals they had admired from a distance.
So to hear our name included in something that prestigious was almost overwhelming. Yeah. You know, almost every emotion. I was happy, I was overjoyed, I think I cried a little bit, but it's like, because you know the work that went in to make something like that possible.
But the value of making this list extends beyond one business. For international travelers, the 50 best list can become part of the itinerary, giving visitors another reason to explore the Bahamas, spend within the local economy, and experience the country beyond sun, sand, and sea.
Whenever they go to a new country, they're looking to see, is there 50 best in that area, you know? Yeah. So it's obviously a great, significant marker for anyone that's traveling to the Bahamas to say, oh my God, not only is there sun, sand, sea, all the activities, but there's a 50 best there.
For more than 6 years, Bon Vivants has been part cafe, part cocktail bar, but above all, a community space, hosting live music, local collaborations, and farmers markets. Its latest evolution brings Bahamian culture into the glass. Davis says bartending and mixology are still often treated as temporary work, not real careers. This recognition, he says, challenges that thinking.
Something like this really lets people know that this isn't an industry of its own. There are expertise in this industry. There are levels in this industry that you could attain.
And for the people like Rashad who have devoted themselves to this craft, being named among North America's best is their industry's highest kind of recognition.
That's our Grammys, that's our Oscars, that's our Tonys, you know? So that's the celebration within our community. But even outside of our community, like I said, it's a celebration of what can happen and what someone could achieve even with small means.
The award carries Bon Vivant's name, but its message belongs to a much wider community. It demonstrates how Bahamian creativity can build meaningful careers. And when local talent is given room to grow, how even a small island can earn a place on the world stage. Reporting for our news, I'm Kindino Knowles.
The Bahamas has 3-on-3 basketball teams playing right now in Cayman, and we talk more baseball. We got all that coming up next on our Sports Weekend.
You or a loved one currently under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Our compassionate team is committed to patients and their loved ones. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept all major insurance. With 2 locations to serve you, at Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street, we also ship to the Family Islands. Visit us on Facebook or call Ports at 377-1771.
Hey, you see Paradise Games out of new casino?
What you mean new casino? You mean like new games?
Yes, babe. Brand new games. You ain't never see these yet. Check this. It's right under casino.
Oh, casino tree. But these are hot, eh?
I'm showing you. Paradise come up with all kind of games.
Come on, I need to go slap something on my account, man.
I might as well top up one time. Roll!
Paradise Games, where every spin is a chance to win.
Paradise Games reminds you to please game responsibly.
Good evening, happy Sunday. Welcome to our Sports Weekend. I'm Tej Adderley. Bahamian men's and women's basketball teams are in Cayman participating in the 3-on-3 Caribbean Cup. Here's how it's going so far. The men and women got after it on Friday in Cayman. The Bahamas beat the Cayman Storm, winning 21-20. They also beat Jamaica 21-18 to get to the gold medal game against the Cayman Hurricanes, another team from the host nation, where they fell 18-15 to get the silver medal for stop one. The women also came away with the silver medal. They beat Jamaica 14-4 in their first game, but then they lost to Cayman 19-9. And that was just stop one for the tournament. Stop two was today, so check out the Bahamas Basketball Federation and the Caribbean Basketball Confederation social pages for today's results. Now we're back to the diamond to see what Bahamians did last night. Anton Richardson of the Atlanta Braves and Jazz Chisholm of the New York Yankees series resumed last night in the Bronx. Battling a slump, Jazz sat the night out, but the Yankees still got the 5-4 edge over the Braves. Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna hit a home run, but Brennan Rice and rookie sensation George Lombard, both of the Yankees, hit home runs to put their team over the top. Down in the minors, Kristen Robertson hit a single and he walked, scoring on both trips on base, but his AAA Reno Aces still lost 8-3 to the El Paso Chihuahuas. And the Braves and Yankees series wrapped up earlier today. Anton begins a series against his former team, the Mets, tomorrow in the A, and the Yankees have the night off. Hopefully, Jazz can recalibrate and break out of his slump. We are done with sports for the evening for our sports weekend. I'm Tage Adderley. I'll see you again next Saturday night.
Still to come, brunching with the popular 90s R&B group Drew Hill. Plus, Ian gets us ready for the week ahead with the extended weather forecast. That's coming up on the other side of this break. Stick with us.
Sun, sea, good friends. And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef. One perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
This is our news. Yes, it's Sunday. Tomorrow, back to work. But before we get there, let's look at our forecast. On the outside, mostly clear skies, but the temperature 88 feels like still very warm at 97. Winds from the east at 10 miles per hour. Across the northwest Bahamas, those 87s are continuing across Freeport, Marsh Harbor, Great Harbor Key, Allenstown, and Governor's Harbor, a pair of 88s across Nicholstown and in the capital. Central Bahamas, 88s again across Camps Bay as well as Black Point, Exuma, 87s across Arthurstown, Georgetown, Deadman's Key, and Port Nelson, Rum Key, 86 in Coburn Town and Salvador. Southeast Bahamas, 85 across Duncantown, Ragged Island, 87s in Colonel Hill, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay, and Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, 88 in Matutang and Agua. Satellite and radar composite at this time, high pressure system remaining the dominant weather feature, large and in charge, coupled with Saharan dust. You can't see it visible here on the satellite imagery. However, some persons are reporting that they actually saw it at the bottom of their pool. So you see the reddish color even on some planes. But folks, take care because that Saharan dust can contribute to respiratory illnesses. Looking at the tropics right now, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring two systems. The first several hundred miles just to the west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, and one that is just emerging off the coast of Africa. This system has about a 50% chance, while the one ahead of it has about a 20% chance. But before it even gets well into the Atlantic, it has to deal with a lot of low-level wind flow. That steering winds are going to be just hostile towards any type of development, coupled with the Saharan dust rather. This all makes for a very unstable and non-environmental friendly atmosphere. Taking a look now at a boating forecast across the northwest Bahamas. Those winds east to southeast 10 to 15 knots. Seas running 2 to 4 feet. Low tide at 12:16 a.m. tomorrow. High tide at 6:02 a.m. tomorrow morning. Central and southeast, as usual, those winds are a tad bit stronger. Small craft caution in place. High risk of rip currents for you swimmers out there. Winds east to southeast 15 to 20 knots. Seas running 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, there is a slight chance of a passing shower across our area tomorrow. However, high pressure, like I said before, dominating weather conditions to about Thursday, Friday. We may see 1 or 2 showers pop up. That is all courtesy of the upper northern portion of a tropical wave that is expected to just clip our area into the weekend. Expect gorgeous conditions, so get out, folks, but stay hydrated and do not remain outdoors for any extended periods during peak sunlight hours. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, productive week, everyone.
Thank you, Ian. The Atlantis R&B Brunch series continues to deliver all the good vibes for food and music lovers alike. The latest, featuring R&B group Drew Hill, proved no different, fulfilling the nostalgia for fans from the 80s, 90s, and even younger generations. Our news anchor Megan Shepherd was there and fills us in.
From unlimited buffet featuring food that can only be described as chef's kiss to the bottomless mimosas and other beverages, the R&B brunch hosted by Atlantis featuring Drew Hill provided dozens of 80s and 90s babies a trip down memory lane that satisfied the nostalgic soul. And while R&B group Drew Hill may have undergone some changes over the years, the energy on stage and the reception by music lovers in the audience stood the test of time.
You know, over 30 years in the game, been able to take care of our families and live and do what you love to do, right? How much more can he bless you than to allow you to make a living doing what you love to do? So we don't take that for granted.
Lead singer Cisco making it a point on stage to remind audiences that their mics were indeed on, singing a number of their hit songs a cappella.
Anybody from the old school would tell you that the thing that matters most is that you be able to do what you did in the beginning that made people fall in love with you in the first place. Right. So we take that to heart. We do the best we can to keep that legacy going.
And for a group that got their start fresh out of high school at the age of 17, he explains what he believes contributes to the group's longevity.
We learned to kind of respect our craft from the beginning, and they said we had kind of a mature sound even though we was only teenagers.
And unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Attendees giving the performance rave reviews.
This is my first time seeing Drew Hill and they killed it. The mic was on. Cisco, after all these years, the voices and talks, the songs were amazing and I had a great time.
Definitely a great experience and they did an excellent job. And Atlantis did an excellent job putting it on. The food was well laid out. The drinks were always flowing.
This was my first time seeing Drew Hill in person. I thought it was an excellent performance.
And Drew Hill, in true R&B fashion, handing out roses to the ladies in the audience. And before it was all said and done, threw their performance jackets into the audience.
I get so up in the look, and when I saw him through,
Reporting for our news, I'm Megan Shepherd.
Megan, that looks like such a good time. And you want to know what else was a good time? 2026 crop over in Barbados. And many of the festival revelers have returned home to get ready for their upcoming regional adventures, while some went on to enjoy Spice Mass in Grenada, currently underway. Fresh off the Barbados experience, we ask, how can we entice these traveling revelers to visit the Bahamas?
the Bahamas Carnival celebrations. Is there any plans for you to make sure that that stays alive?
Well, I will definitely have to speak with the Prime Minister on that, but definitely I'm here to do my work, and whatever direction that I've been given and tasked with as it relates to my portfolio, I will follow just that.
This was the response from Minister of Arts, Culture and Heritage, Leslie Miller-Bryce, when I inquired about the possibility of government support for Bahamas Carnival, moments after she was sworn in on May 12th. At that time, Bahamas Carnival was only a few weeks away, and it was clear that the local excitement that had accompanied the festival's introduction in 2015 by the Christie administration had diminished. Furthermore, in 2018, the Minnis administration ceased all financial support. Since that time, private stakeholders have indicated that Bahamas Carnival has attracted hundreds of visitors to our shores. However, what is lacking from the festival that could draw thousands, similar to our regional counterparts? Recently, I spoke with business owner and Bahamas Carnival supporter Oquendo Lewis, who expressed that the festival needs to establish a distinct identity.
We're not trying to reinvent the wheel with this. We're just trying to add our own Bahamian flair on a product that already exists and is successful in a number of different countries.
Unlike Barbados' crop over, during my time on the island, I never heard locals or visitors refer to the festival as Carnival. Both locals and guests recognized the historical significance of the celebrations. There were clear indicators that defined crop over's unique character. For instance, participating in the street parade known as Grand Cantonment was not described as playing mass, but rather as jumping. And it is not only the language used. For example, in Jamaica, reggae music plays a prominent role during their carnival. While it is not exclusively soca music, it still achieves significant success, generating a total of $49 million in direct spend from visitors and locals in 2025. Both the governments of Barbados and Jamaica support these festivals, and in my conversations with Bahamians, they have stated that our government should reinstate its support for Bahamas Carnival. However, they also mentioned that this is not the only challenge the festival encounters. Like co-founder of the local band Mass Chaos, Paul Farquharson III, and traveling reveler Shanice Burrows.
You know, Bahamas Carnival needs fresh bands, a new take on Carnival, and a rebrand.
We could use a stronger support system. And I'm not just talking about the local government or the community, which is important too. But I believe that if the bands, brands, and promoters were more open about a collaborative approach, both locally and internationally, I think that that would take us to the next level.
Shout out to everyone that's currently in Grenada making job decisions. And with that, we thank you so much for joining us from our news weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Danielle Miller. Have a great week. We will see you right back here tomorrow evening for our news at 7 and 7:30.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.